Welcome to Pocono for the running of the Pennsylvania 150. On the pole for today's race is Anthony Wendler, to the outside is Josh Crash. Jake West is third, Trey Rainey fourth, and fifth is your points leader, Dan Bandon. So man, last race was at Michigan. We saw a wild flip with Josh Crash. And right now he's starting on the outside of row one, so recovering pretty well from that crash. He's looking to have a nice race here today at Pocono and possibly even win. As the points are getting closer and closer, Dan Bandon only leads by 19 points over Luke Raines. The pace car is in only 9 laps at Pocono, so it should be a quick race. As they come down the front stretch, Wendler in the front row. The green flag is in the air. We're racing at Pocono. They come down Long Pond Trailway for the first time today into the tunnel turn. They're side by side behind Anthony Wendler, but no contest for Wendler. They make some contact for second. Behind them, Dan Bandon sideways. He saves it, he keeps it under control, he keeps it on the track. But that was close for your points leader. Dan Bandon almost wrecked off of the tunnel turn. So here they come. Off of turn number 3. And down the far stretch, 4 cars pull away in a single file line. And it's Anthony Wendler to lead lap number 1 of the 3. He has Josh Crash by him, Jake West, and also Trey Rainey. Then you got Riley Sprague, who I think is going to clear Dan Bandon here on the outside. If he doesn't, I believe he'll be able to do in 1 and 2, as the outside very strong in 1 and 2. As you see, Dan Bandon gets tight down low. He might get put in the middle of a 3 wide if he's not careful. Looks like he'll be able to keep it on the bottom, not get put in the middle. It's up front, there is no contest. Your first side-by-side battle is Evan Rudd and Dan Bandon. Bandon slides up into Rudd. No contact is made. Everyone keeping it straight for now. Front forward pull away. Dan Bandon trying to regroup after a horrible few laps. See up ahead, Trey Rainey and Jake West. I thought they were going to be in a battle. Christian Merrick Jr. and Riley Sprague do it side by side and move the 75 up another spot. Christian Merrick Jr. up to the top 5. Riley Sprague Tube will fall back to 6th. There comes Anthony Wendler underneath Sprague Tube. And look at Jay Barker get down low. See, he put Dan Bandon all the way down low. Trey Rainey and Jake West are battling side by side up ahead. Not anything there with the draft. Jay Barker's going to pull out of line. He's going to get underneath the 42. They approach the tunnel turn once again. Oh, Jay Barker makes some contact with Christian Merrick Jr. They save it. Man, no one has anything for those guys up front. Look at Luke Rainey trying to approach Dan Bandon. Started 15th. Dan Bandon started 5th. And now they're only a few positions apart. Luke Rainey coming. If he can get underneath Paul Mick here, he might have a shot to get to Dan Bandon, as no one has anything for the front forward trainer. He's been trying to get by Jake West, but hasn't been happening. Here comes Evan Rudd with a big run into turn number 1. Got the draft. Oh, he got underneath Trey, made some contact with Trey, and might actually stay underneath the 62 as they come off of turn number 1. Down the backstretch. Look back here with our championship battle. Luke Rainey trying to stay side by side with Paul Mick. If he can, that'll be another position he can gain. He has Larry Bouchard Jr. pushing him into the tunnel turn. Up front, Evan Rudd side by side with Trey Rainey into the tunnel. 3 wide behind. Luke Rainey gets put in the middle. That's not what he wants. He's going to get put to the high side now. He's going to have to try and fight on the high side. He's fighting. He needs every position he can get. If he can clear the 30 right here, he has a shot. Trey Rainey now starting to fall back on the outside because Evan Rudd got by him. Now here comes Rudd for 3rd. 17 cars, pretty fast. Luke Rainey did get down in line. Look at Evan Rudd. That car is pretty fast. Oh, Sprague Tube got a little bump from Jay Barker. Got really sideways. Had to gather it back. Look at Paul Minnick getting pushed by Luke Rainey, trying to get up to Dan Bandon right in front of him. And Anthony Wendler has been out front this whole time. He's led every lap. Started on pole. Has led ever since. Luke Rainey again trying on Paul Minnick, but Jake West and Evan Rudd are pushing their way to the front. We're going to be focusing on this. Josh Crash might lose 2nd right here. West has a good enough run that I think he could probably get. Yep, he's going to get to 2nd. Luke Rainey has cleared Paul Minnick behind, so now the 25 and the 11 are right now nose to tail on the track. And that's for points right there. You need every point you get. Eli Bright, who won last race at Michigan, he's kind of towards the back, so right now he's not in a position to get any points for this. Look at Evan Rudd trying everything he can. Jay Barker's coming up in the 69. Here comes Luke Rainey. He's underneath Dan Bandon. Rainey trying everything he can. Yeah, Dan Bandon just got the draft up top of Spurley Tube. Spurley Tube force Bandon up the track. Here comes Luke Rainey to the bottom. I thought Rainey was going to put 3 wide there for a second. Thought better of it coming to 3 laps to go. This race has been going by pretty fast, as we said. Minnick trying to charge on the outside, trying to help Dan Bandon out. Coming to the stripe. Just 3 laps of races to go there, side by side from second on back. Anthony Wendler, though, out on his own. Spurley Tube trying to get back down to the bottom. He went up, got some draft, now is back down to the bottom. And Dan Bandon has been passed by Luke Rainey. Anthony Wendler might get past here. The 1769 been charging up to the front. And here they come. Evan Rudd, if he can clear Jay Parker here, if Parker can get up in line, which he does. Here comes Rudd with the run. Into the tunnel turn. They're side by side for the race lead. Move Evan Rudd to the race lead. Big run. He clears Anthony Wendler, so this is the first time Wendler is not led here today. Jay Parker has gotten up to second. They're still side by side between Bandon and Luke Rainey. Coming to 2 laps to go. Into 3. Trey Rainey drives underneath Jake West. Jay Parker trying to clear Anthony Wendler. He knows if they stay side by side, Evan Rudd will get out there and win. 2 laps of racing to go at Pocono. Still side by side, second on back. Luke Rainey, Dan Bandon there, still side by side. Last time by, the 25 had it over the 11. Jay Parker has cleared the 3. This 62 has cleared the 3. Jake West trying to clear the 55. The outside got a little bit of a better run that time. Coming to the white flag this time as long as they don't crash. Here they come. Can anyone run up and catch the 17? Look at Dan Bandon charging in the outside. Josh Crash got a little slow. And that's not what Luke Rainey needed. Rainey's charging the issue. 3 wide to the bottom, trying to get up to the 11. Here they come. 3 cars right now have a shot. The white flag is out. Final lap for Evan Rudd at Pocono. 2.5 miles, 3 turns left. Can he get it done? Christian Merrick Jr. peaks low. Will Dan Bandon go with the 75? Looks like he will. Through 1. Jay Parker has a run. Here they come. Down the backstretch. Battling for every point behind. Does Parker have a run on Rudd? He's closing in the draft. Into turn 2, the tunnel turn. Trickiest corner. Rudd gets through, but Parker's gotten through cleanly as well. Into the final corner. It's going to come down to this corner. Does Jay Parker have a run for Evan Rudd? He would have to show it here. He doesn't. Evan Rudd will power off of turn number 3 with a late race pass. He's able to hold off the field and win the Pennsylvania 150 at Pocono. And I believe Dan Bandon edges Luke Rainey. But Evan Rudd wins at Pocono. Dan Bandon does get a position better than Luke Rainey. 7th and 8th they will finish. And that will keep the championship close going into the final few races. So congratulations to everyone on the 17 team. Let's check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Pennsylvania 150 at Pocono. There were no caution flags and 1 lead change among 2 different drivers. You can see Evan Rudd led the final 3 laps to win at Pocono. In second, we had Jay Barker. Trey Rainey third. Your pole sitter, Anthony Wendler, led 6 laps. Ends up 4th, and Jake West 5th. Jake West now your new 2nd place man in points. Christian Merrick Jr. in 6th. 7th, Dan Bandon. 8th, Luke Rainey. Those 2 are battling for points. 9th, Josh Crash started on the outside of the front row. And Larry Bouchard Jr. ends up 10th. So there's your top 20. Some people we didn't talk about. John Gambit. Jeff Bright just finishing on the outside of the top 10. Brandon Butler's in the top 10 points. He finishes 19th, not what he needs. Eli Bright, after winning last race, he kind of got up there in points. Now he finishes 26th, not the day he wanted. Now let's go to the point standings. Here are the point standings with 5 races left in the season, and Dan Bandon is still holding on to that points lead. He's held it pretty much this whole season. He only has it by 11 points, though, over Jake West, who has moved up to 2nd. Luke Rainey falls to 3rd, but he's still only 23 back. In 4th, we have Anthony Wendler and Eli Bright 5th. In 6th, Brant Butler. 7th, Trey Rainey. 8th is Griffin Lynn. 9th, Jeff Bright. And 10th, Anthony Rodriguez. So there's your top 20. Now it is close among the top 6, maybe even top 7. They are within right now. Top 6 are within 100 points. Trey Rainey's a 102 back. It could get exciting down to these final few races. We could have potentially 5 drivers with a shot at the championship in Homestead. It's going to be one wild end to the season. As we look down at the bottom of the points, these guys still trying to get wins, still trying to just make their seasons bearable. As some of these guys now had the best seasons ever. Red with his first win this season moves up to 23rd in the points. It's a good run for him today. As we will now look at the next race, which will be the Pennzoil 200 at Charlotte. See you guys then.